let's begin by peeling the potatoes. That's it. The next one I'm going to leave whole. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Clara. I'm 91 years old. Today we are making meals from the Depression. I'm making a little well. It's peas and potatoes and pasta. And it's delicious. Oh, then you put cheese in. Grated cheese. That's it.
Well, so Clara is my grandmother, and so I've known her all my life. She's a first-generation American. Her parents were Italian immigrants. I should say Sicilian immigrants.
That's my mother and dad's wedding. That's my mother and dad's certificate of marriage. Joseph and Josephine. Joe and Joe was their name.
They came to the United States during probably the worst economic crisis of, a century.
The Great Depression started slowly, but we all got it. Good dose of it. Couldn't get this, you couldn't get that, and the prices went up. Then they started laying off people. My father was out of work over 6 years. It's a good thing we had a garden. We had chickens.
When she was in high school, she had to drop out of high school because she didn't have enough clothes to wear. Her mother had rheumatoid arthritis, so it sort of limited what she was able to do. So my grandmother and her brother, really took the charge of keeping the house clean.
Oh, and that's another thing. We didn't have a refrigerator. So we used to put everything buried in the snow outside. That was our freezer. Then we say, go get the meat on near the fence. Okay.
I think some people who go through tough times want to get away from it. They want to have, somebody who grew up in a house with, no ventilation wants to just live in an air-conditioned condominium in their later years. That wasn't her. She wanted to, be in a hot house. She wanted to cook the meals her mom made during the Great Depression.
I think we got enough. This is how I clean the dead line. Take all the dead ones out. Potatoes are cheaper, tomatoes are cheaper. Now's the time to fall in love. My husband is Italian from Rome, and he came here to sing with the Vatican Choir, and that's how I met him. He asked me out. We went out to eat. We had a good time, and then I kept seeing him. I was corresponding after he went back to Italy. Then I went back to Italy and married him. Now we have a beautiful family.
I believe my grandmother was in her early 80s when my father and grandfather passed away. My father was an only child too, so when he passed away young. He was 42. But after my father passed away, I'd just go ride my bike after school and say hi, or just on a blue moon, you just pop in, and then it became more frequent. And growing up as a preteen and a teenager, you have a lot of questions, and when you're missing a parent, you don't get a lot of answers. And having her there to be my sort of surrogate for my father's side was really important.
He looks like a real Italian guy. Yeah.
Nana and I would just spend an afternoon together. What you see on film is not a fabrication.
is a big fat man. He was a conductor on the bus, on a streetcar. So when we get on, we were in Little Italy because it was all Italians in North Park. So he'd say, "Spaghetti Town," and that used to jar me. I couldn't stand it. So I say, "Red face," because he had a real red face all the time. That was mean too of me. But he insulted me first.
She could get into a dark place, but then she'd just think of some funny thing that somebody said 70 years ago and break out into laughter.
My husband's father went to ask for the hand of some lady that he saw. So when he went there, he saw her sister. She was bigger and stronger looking. He says, "I'll take that one." And he married her.
I'm glad that we were able to share that spirit of hers with all of her viewers on YouTube.
The old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be. She ain't what she used to be before. I'm different now. I thought nobody would notice them. I don't know where they came from. I just found them and I put them on.
It was very difficult to get Nana to agree to be filmed, even photographed. She would always hate how she looked on film. So finally, she knew I was in photography, and she said, "I have a favor to ask of you. I would like a portrait done of me now in my late 80s. She said, "When I die, I would like there to be a picture of me when I was in my 20s and very beautiful, and a picture of me now that looks beautiful even though I'm not beautiful anymore." Those were her words. And I said, "Sure, I'll take a portrait of you, but you have to let me film some of your recipes." And that was the exchange. She got the portrait she wanted, and I was able to capture those recipes. You know, I think we have almost 30.
Now I'm putting the onion in the potatoes. I haven't cooked these in a long time. I think it was the 1930s, the last time I made them. Don't shoot. They're shooting me. Now I'll taste them, see how they are. Very good.
And so I put them on YouTube, and initially we had 40 views, 50 views, you know, that sort of thing. And then one day it got picked up by somebody maybe on Reddit or a survivalist blog, and it was, you know, how do you survive during the apocalypse or something like that. And we jumped. I said, people are watching these videos, you know. And at this time it was pretty early in YouTube where not a lot of videos had 1 million views, and I don't think anybody had multiple videos with 1 million views at that point. I could be wrong. So we got a ton of national attention. Her life could have just been mourning my father and her husband, but instead she was given this gift from the people who enjoyed her videos of love, you know.
I told you when I went to Johnny Angel's one morning, the first morning after they saw it, they all the men stood up, "Hey, here she is!" Oh, God.
And I think, you know, reading the comments in the videos, and she got actual letters in the mail. People sent her quilts, you know, whole quilting groups got together. Kids drew, you know, birthday cards for her. And it really touched her.
I'm Clara, I'm 93 years old. I'm Clara, I'm 94 years old. Thank you, everybody. This is my last show. I'm pretty damn old.
She had wanted to be an actress when she was a kid, and she never really got to see that part of her life develop into something more than just a hobby. It was just great to show her that her videos were a success, so she would know that she was, you know, the greatest person on earth. That's
about it. There's not much to it. if you want to watch me naked, I'll be right here.